Hey guys, it's me again. Out driving around for work, but I wanted to record a quick little vlog to put up because I get to think a lot while I'm driving, which is nice because it's kind of, I don't know, something about driving clears my head and lets the thoughts sort of come to me more naturally. And so last night I went to my first NA meeting. And let me preface this by saying, I know we are all different. I know that some things don't work for others and other things work amazing, But kind of just thinking on the meeting last night and the experience of NA, and I now believe that it's not for me. It's not the program for me. Actually, I had huge cravings and desires to do drugs last night after the meeting, which is kind of counterintuitive to what the purpose of the meeting is, and so it just kind of solidified that for me, I'm not meant for a program like that, and I could go through the reasons why I don't think I am, but that's not the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video is to kind of, first, I want to talk about how I am someone who has always been put into a stereotypical box. I'm being gay. People expect a certain way that I act, and that's not me. I don't fit a stereotypical gay box, and I'm okay with that. And also, when it comes to drug addicts, I feel that people tend to lump all of us into one box and have this idea of who we are or what we do, and that's not the case. We are all very individualistic. We all came to the drug in different ways. We all did the drug for different reasons. The only thing that makes us common across the board is that we're addicts. We're former addicts, we're recovering addicts, we're sober, we're not sober. That's all different. We're all different in so many ways that I cannot stand society putting us into boxes. And that was my one issue with NA, is that NA is so broad. It's such a broad spectrum of people. It's such a broad spectrum of users, and it's such a broad spectrum of drugs that people have done. A meth user and a heroin user don't have much in common, because really the drugs themselves are two different things. One's an up, one's a down, and meth users were up, and heroin users are very lethargic, sort of chill, very downer type of people. Typically. Here I go, stereotyping, of course. And then it's hard because you want to go to a group for advice, for how do I deal with this, and people share their stories, but I don't feel that there was much in the way of guidance, or how do I deal with the cravings, how do I do my daily life when I want to use so bad that I don't want to get out of bed, or how do I cope with that? And there was not much being offered as far as advice goes, because we've all experienced it. Why are we not offering advice of how we got through it? Instead, they just refer to a book. Well, a book isn't going to solve all of my problems, because if it did, I probably wouldn't have been there in the first place, So that's where I come from on that standpoint of those meetings, and a friend of mine a while ago, who's been in and out of rehab time and time again, has said rehab only exists for those who want you to go to rehab. And they're right. Unless you want to put the work in to get better, things like those meetings and things like rehab and inpatient or outpatient only exist for those who want you to go. And I finally had to reach a point where I said, enough is enough. I'm ready to live my life how I want to live it. And And so that's what I did, is I took that first step. And so, if I were to come up with a program or a step program or whatever, I guess the first thing I would say is step one is to come to this point on your own. Do not let other people force you into rehab or force you into a meeting program, because you're not going to get what you need out of that. You are not going to feel satisfied enough to say, I'm done doing drugs. So the second thing that I kind of wanted to talk about real quick is demons and facing your demons. Every day we are going to have different things that are going to come up, and they're going to either trigger us to want to use, or they're going to trigger us to even just do more than use, but it may trigger you to want to just end it. And I will say for the meetings that there was a very good quote from the book about how once you stop using, you're able to participate fully in life on life's terms, which means that we're going to have to deal with hard days. We're going to have to deal with death. We're going to have to deal with the full range of human emotion that we were running from. And that's powerful, and that's terrifying. That's absolutely terrifying. Having to deal with the shit that I've been pushing down for years and years and years and years and covering up the drugs, it's been hard. I'm not gonna lie, my first 7 days, I cried more than I had cried in the last 4 years. But I let myself feel it, and I let myself cry. And you have to do that. You have to let yourself feel it. It goes back to the last video where I said you have to trust yourself to take care of yourself. And so I just had to trust myself that I was going to get through it, and I did. And today I'm getting through it, and those cravings are less and less and less and less now today than they were yesterday or last night when I got home. And I'm feeling good again. I'm feeling very good. And it's okay to brag too. It's okay to brag if you're feeling good and having a good day. Let the world know. Let them know. Because nobody wants to constantly be chasing after a whiner. Let's be honest here. I hate whining. I hate whiners. I hate people when they're sick and all they do is whine, and do nothing to make themselves get better. So you can sit and you can complain and bitch and moan about, well, this happened and this happened and this happened, but stop focusing on that. Stop focusing on those demons, those bad demons. Call them out by name and banish them. I mean, come on. We all know. We've all seen The Exorcist. We've also all seen Charmed, at least I hope so. The Power of Three. Anyway, we know how to banish our demons. You call them by name and you banish them. You face them head on and you defeat them. It's little things with me that used to build up that would just overwhelm me. And so I've stopped letting the little things build me up. I hate calling doctor's offices. I hate calling insurance companies. I hate calling anybody that I have to talk to on the phone with, because I hate that way of communicating. I feel like this is the world we're living in now. We shouldn't have to call anybody. You should be able to just go online and take care of your problems. Sometimes you have to call. I have my health insurance was over COVID and quarantine. I wasn't able to fully focus on what needed to get done and accomplished, and then I let my insurance keep building up and building up and building up because I didn't have the money to pay it. And I was like, well, they should know that. The State Department should be communicating. They should know. Well, they don't know that. So I called. Actually, they called me, which was really strange. They called me yesterday morning whenever I was getting ready about to literally dial the phone number to call them. And it turns out that they had been getting returned mail from me, and my address hadn't changed or anything. So that's why I wasn't getting notices. They weren't getting their money, and so it was a miscommunication. And it took a 10-minute phone call to fix it. And so that's one of my demons. That's one of the ones I'm facing down. I'm challenging myself to be more proactive in my finances and to be more proactive in my health and to be more proactive and just taking care of myself. That's what this all comes down to. Like I said, trust yourself to take care of you. And so, with that being said, this is just my little vlog video, I guess, a little midday, Friday, pick me up sort of talk. But I appreciate all of the love and all the feedback, and keep watching, and please subscribe. The more subscribers, the better. I'm really enjoying being able to share these stories with you guys and to share this little bit of advice that I can. So let's keep it going and show me love so I can show you more love. Thanks.